correct. You're gonna have different slates, obviously.
Yeah, right here.
Yep. Okay. So that is what you're gonna push when you're all completely done.
Sure.
Right. So scroll down, and if you hit public, you're gonna see what people see, which should ideally be.
What I want them to see. Okay. Should I refresh the page again?
Yeah, give it a little.
Okay,
Sometimes it takes a minute. So.
Working.
Yeah, give it a little refresh. Give it a little love. Scroll down. Cool. Okay. So you're live. You're good. Now, let's say the run of show is, you open with a video, right?
Okay.
Before the first speaker comes on. So like, you'll likely have an agenda of when that's going to happen. So what you need to do is just figure out when. What I would do is if you roll the video and the first speaker's not up yet, I would go, since you've already come from the slate, I would go to the wide shot and just sit on the wide until the first speaker gets up. If that makes sense.
So, slate, most likely some playback system, go to the wide shot.
Definitely play it, like, because we're cutting together a video, and as far as I remember, that rolled in the
Makes sense.
in the beginning of the show.
There's a slate and then, oh, you know that video? Check out this totally awesome thing. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
And then
And then I would go to if the speaker's not already like up and ready, I would just go to the wide and sit on the wide until whoever the first like opening.
Just sit on the wide. Don't sit on the slate.
No, don't go back to the slate because the slate's like an introductory thing.
Okay.
Saying like, oh, it's about to start, and I feel like if you go back there, it's like
just a bookend.
So.
I get it. So here, and then I launch my thing here, and to launch this, I should start playback on Media Express first, and then switch over?
And then cut to it. Yeah.
Good. How did you know? Those are my favorites.
You gave me a candy bar on Christmas, so I know I'm giving you Kisses chocolates on Valentine's Day.
1, 2, 3. Seeing that unveiled for the first time is breathtaking. And to pick the Jolly Rancher brand, it's colorful, it's bold, it's fruit, and he captured every single bit in that take.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is.
These are really good. They match your boots. They do. They match my boots. And your sweater.
If you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you
Tickle your taste buds with Icebreakers mints. Bust out of the karaoke cage with your frozen fresh hits.
Hey, it's a Twisted Puppy Pileup.
clap along if you know what happiness.
Fan favorite snack mix. Reese's Pieces candies.
Hershey's Kisses chocolate trees.
We're gonna do crescent rolls, so we're gonna fill them with chocolate. I love the Hershey's Bliss line that they have.
Voy a tomar un poquito de el jarabe de chocolate Hershey's.
Clap along if you feel like a room.
Have a Jolly Rancher candy. What flavor do you want? I can do grape.
One big mint.
One big mint?
One big mint.
How big a mint are we talking?
Roughly 1,200 miles in diameter.
Lancaster soft creams. The sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Haha, we just saved the best for last.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Hey, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
And there you go. And now you're on your.
My guy, and then I load up this guy.
So say that's I'm so and so speaking. I'm like, hey, I'm so and so. Blah 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 blah. Welcome to SBA. La 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 la.
I didn't set my downstream keys yet.
Okay, it's fine. And if you look, these people are gonna be on for a while. So if you don't ID them immediately out of the gate, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I've done plenty of shows where I've missed an ID, but obviously you want to avoid it.
Okay.
There you go.
So.
Yep. There you go. Hey, I'm so and so. Fuck my face. SBA. Okay. Great. And from there, you're kind of off and running.
Sure. Kevin Yancey. Hi.
You'll probably have a standby slate because I haven't looked at the agendas yet, but there'll likely be a break. That's a good time to hold your records for like a second. You can keep. What I usually do is I hold one record and I'll hold on the cameras, but I'll stop one so it's broken up. So
you'll hold these records when I go to the standby slate.
Yeah, I mean you don't. I always like to leave one running just so you have one chunky.
What do you mean one running?
One record running. So you'll have two line cuts. You'll have the one that you're recording here and the one that you're recording here.
That'll be cut.
Yeah.
But keep the camera running?
No. Cut the cameras too.
Yeah.
I'm saying I always like to leave one of my records running so that
the whole show.
So that the whole show is just in
one
one
spot. Should I keep this one running or should I keep?
It's not. I mean, you're gonna have. I'm gonna set you up on ProRes LT on that, so you'll have like 15 hours of space.
I mean, historically, what's better for you to? Because I've never. I've delivered these during the dog show, but I've never worked with these. And I know the SSD is pretty robust.
Yeah.
Do you guys normally just if you're gonna do?
Yeah, and you can hold it on the H.264 if you want.
Right. So I'll just record. I'll keep this one going the whole time.
Yeah. That way you don't even have to worry about it. Once you know that it's going, it's going.
I mean, it'll be fine.
You'll want to keep. Yeah, you'll want to keep ears on it.
Sure.
That is usually when I listen to the show. That's usually what I listen through. So you'll have one ear on comm, and then you'll have the other ear on the picks. Okay. So that you know, and you'll hear too. Like if you hear it go like boop boop, it makes a noise when it stops recording. If like something happens or whatever.
So I'll never cut on this from the moment I launch the stream until we leave.
Correct.
Cool. And this I'll just cut. The cameras I'll cut. Easy.
All good.
All good. In the case that I run, I don't know. Yeah, I mean you have plenty of media, but in the case I run out of media and the cameras while we're recording. Continue streaming, obviously. No
you'll have at least two. I mean, at a given time, you'll probably have like a 64 and a 32 in your camera. The stream is only 3 hours. Like the whole event is 3 hours. That's even before the stream, actually. Like the pre-reception to the end of the like thing is 3 hours. So you'll have plenty of media.
So it might be only like 90 minutes of content in a 3 hour period.
It'll be like 2.5 probably. Okay. Maybe like 2:15 because they'll probably.
So they're gonna meet and chit chat.
Yeah, they'll have like a. As far as I know, it starts in the afternoon, so it'll be post lunch. So they might not have a meal break in the middle, but they will have like they'll probably have a coffee break. They usually do.
Sure. And then our point of contact will lose. And the cameras are just set and locked, no operator. To an op.
Your wide will be locked off. Your tight will have it on.
Someone they have it there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just tell them to frame for lower third every now and then.
Yeah, I believe we hired an op. If not, maybe we went under the impression that Dan Meck is an op, but I don't know.
It's funny. I got that thing from Joey and it said Krasunko cam off. Dan Meck is stream tech.
Oh no, that's not what's happening.
I know that's not true. Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
So.
I don't know, Joey. I don't think I did.
Did you work on Nintendo on the Smash Brothers tournament?
No. I sent Kurt. I didn't do it.
You're like, I sent Kurt.
I sent Kurt.
I
sent Kurt and Garrett. Okay. Yeah, I mean that solves it in my mind. I was just gonna see like. Create an event out.
If you want to practice switching, I mean, obviously your other thing is going to be there. Your PowerPoint for whoever needs it.
So I need to.
That's something you should confirm with your contact when you get there. Is who's using a PowerPoint, and because sometimes sometimes clients get a little like, oh yeah, you don't need to cut to it that much, like kind of thing. Sometimes they don't really care.
Oh, I see what you mean, and that's up to me. Like if somebody's speaking and they have PowerPoint behind them on the display and we have the wide, am I just choosing between the wide and the tights?
You're choosing between the wide and the tight, but if like you don't ever want someone to have to get PowerPoint information from your wide shot. Like So what I usually do is, in terms of just a flow, is like if they put up a relevant slide, I'll go from a tight, like if it's them talking, I'll go from their talking head to the wide with the screen, and then I'll kind of immediately I'll sit on that for like a beat, and then I'll go into the PowerPoint feed to sort of establish it. You know what I mean?
So should I just? I mean, am I making creative choices here, or do you guys have like a routine?
No, I mean you're making like tiny creative choices, like things like that. Like I'll always establish the PowerPoint before I cut to it.
Of course, and then live on the PowerPoint while it's still relevant, and then go back to the space every now and then. Kind of thing, or should
Yeah, exactly. Like while it's still relevant, like give people enough time to maybe gather the info that's on there, and then you can go back to a space.
Okay. And if it ends up being a very long PowerPoint discussion, I'm doing shot reverse shot kind of shit.
Yep.
Wide every now and then. Got it.
Cool.
What else?
You got candy in here?
I don't know. No. I still haven't looked at those drives. I'm sorry, Amy. We've been doing.
That's why I came in here. Can we look at it now?
Yeah.
What was the piece that you were waiting to get for today? That was the scan converter?
Yeah.
It came the other day.
Oh, yeah. Or it just wasn't here when I was here.
Where is Kenny?
Here. You said about somewhere?
Key.
Key.
I love that.
Mr. Conor.
Yeah.
So for the pack, are you packing the gear? Are we packing it now? You're packing it now?
Well, is this the gear that's in here?
I think so.
Except for the camera?
Except for the camera. Everything on the couch is redundant, except for, I'd like two extra of those. Like this.
That's USB 3. God, I fucking hate this dude. Why does he need FireWire? What is wrong with him? I'm just gonna. Oh, that has FireWire. I'm not fucking spending $600 on a fucking drive for this thing.
Like to keep those and everything else that's playing also.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to keep all this stuff out, I'll just come in here and grab it.
Sure.
Oh,
I
sweet.
can,
Sweet.
These can get returned. I'm not gonna use those.
Sweet.
These ones are good backups. I can put these back.
Yeah.
I think what I might do is for this drive that I have to get for Converge, I might get a 4 terabyte drive and then free up one of our 2 terabyte drives and give him that.
Oh, you can do that.
Right?
I don't see why not. Are they FireWire?
Yeah, this one is. Okay. It says it's in stock too, so hang on.
What makes it tea?
Did you see my stress relief tea over there?
Yeah.
I know, right? And you're gonna
I'm gonna see if they have something that's like,
little.
yeah, like if they have like a 250. It can't be more. I mean, how much media did you give them? Only what?
Not much.
332s, right? So that
And a
64.
64.
So that's 64 and 64. That's 128, and then 32. So if I got one, that was like, because basically it sucks because it basically goes from like, I don't even know if they'll have a 250 gig drive, and if they do, it'll go from 250 gigs to just 500 gigs.
Yeah.
Which like, I guess if we're just getting one, I don't really care. Like,
I don't know. It just needs to be something small, and I'm hesitant to give them thumb drives.
right. I'm gonna get a. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna get a 500 gig drive, and I'm gonna get a 500 gig drive, and if they get back and what they've shot is less than like can fit on a 64 gig thumb drive, then I'm just gonna put it on one of our thumb drives and we'll ship that.
Okay.
Make sense? Okay.
I don't know if they want us to run it through XD cam transfer. If they just want, I mean, they're capable of doing that themselves, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if they're shooting in, or if they're editing in Premiere, they should be able to just drop it in regardless.
Those shoes are like really bad for my feet. I forgot. This is the first time I've worn them.
Gross. Put your fucking
Every time I
shoes back on.
wear
You're
them,
gross.
my knee like pops.
What else can I do for you?
I mean, what else can I do for you? Is the question.
I feel pretty good. I mean, you're hooking it up already. You're saving the presets.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through this
the
again.
signal flow is the trickiest part, and that part I can be on the phone with you for.
Do you want me to save any of what we've done here, or are you just gonna go through
If you
this
want to,
again?
now that that's all set up, I mean, if you want to save it, I can go in and I can adjust it and make sure everything's cool. But
Sure, why not?
just save it as SBA, save it to the desktop.
SBA. I'll just call it pre. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna change the assets in here anyway once I get them, right? So that's closed. Adobe Express. You don't have any assets for that either, so there's no point in saving it, right? Close that. What else is going on? That's it. Should I? What do you want to do? You want me to break down stuff? Or you want me to leave it here for Amy?
You can break it down and then leave it here for Amy to set aside so that she knows these are the things that are going to SBA. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna call Texers. I just want your number, you fucks.
That's what I was doing yesterday.
Oh, wow. Is that East Village? Where is
It's fucking Lafayette and Houston.
it? Oh, wow.
It was crazy to lock down, as you might imagine. But it was like, why are we shooting here? Like, this is like a business fucking road we just